When I started my career as a UX designer, I was obsessed with making things look good. I was spending hours doing bottom shadows, adjusting spacing, picking the perfect shade of blue. I wanted to make things beautiful and intuitive. But then I received a comment from a real user saying the app is beautiful, but I have no idea how to use it. It was devastating. I thought the design was clean, the user flow was logical, everything made sense, but in reality, perfect designs mean nothing if the words you're using are confusing, vague, or just not helpful. So now I am investing more time in UX writing. I'm studying it, I'm practicing it, just like I did with visual design. And honestly, learning UX writing made me a way better designer. Because now I don't just design interfaces, I design experiences. And experiences need the right words. Hi, my name is Joanna. I am a UX designer. I'm from Portugal, and I created this channel to share my experience in UX design. So today I'm sharing everything I wish I knew before about UX writing. Because if you are a designer, a product manager, or anyone building digital products, this skill will absolutely level up your work. So let's start with the basics. What is UX writing? UX writing is every single word a user encounters in your product. It's button labels, error messages, form instructions, loading screens, success confirmations, tooltips, literally everything. And let me tell you why UX writing is absolutely critical, especially as a designer. First, words and design work together. They're not separate things. A button doesn't just need to look clickable, it needs to tell users what happens when they click it. And an error message doesn't just need to be visible, it needs to explain what went wrong and how to fix it. And second, UX writing builds trust. When users understand what's happening, they feel confident. When they're confused, they feel anxious and frustrated. And guess what happens when users feel frustrated? Yes, they leave. They leave, they uninstall, and they leave bad reviews. Improving your UX writing doesn't require fancy tools or expensive resources. It requires empathy, clarity, and strategic thinking. Okay, let me show you some real examples that completely transformed how I approach UX writing in my designs. You know that frustrating moment when you type the wrong password? Most apps hit you with something like error, authentication failed, or invalid credentials. Something very negative, and sometimes it's not helpful at all. As a designer, I used to just design an error box and call it a day. But the words inside that box, that's where the magic happens. Look at what Slack does. That password doesn't match the one we have on file. Want to reset it? Makes it feel human, not robotic. And it tells you exactly what's wrong. Your password doesn't match. And it immediately offers a solution with a clear next step: reset it. Same red error box, same design pattern, but completely different user experience, all because of the words. Another example is empty states. This one changed how I approach empty states forever. Empty states are those screens when someone first opens your app and nothing's there yet, no messages, no files, no activity. I used to design empty states with a nice illustration and some text like nothing here yet or get started. Yes, it's functional, it works, but it's not very inspiring. Then I studied Duolingo. When you first open the app before starting any lessons, it doesn't say no progress or start learning. It shows their really cute mascot and something saying ready to start your streak. So they didn't focus on what's missing, they focus on what's possible. This taught me that empty states aren't just functional placeholders. They are opportunities to motivate, to encourage, and set the tone for the entire user experience. UX writing isn't decoration. It's not something you fill in at the end. It's a core part of the design that shapes how users feel and what they do. All right, so now let me share some tips that genuinely transform my design work. These are the things I wish someone had told me years ago. Tip number one is understand your users and your brand to define your tone of voice. This is the foundation of everything, and it's where I start now before I design anything. Here's what I mean. Different products need different tones. A banking app should sound trustworthy and professional, right? But a fitness app might be more energetic and motivating. But it's not just about the product type, it's about your specific brand and your specific users. Let me give you some examples. MailChimp tone is friendly, conversational, sometimes even playful. When you send a campaign, it says, "You did it, high five." That works for them because their users are small business owners, creatives who appreciate personality and encouragement. Now compare that with Stripe, which handles payment processing. Their tone is clear, precise, and professional. That works for Stripe because their users are developers, are businesses who need accuracy and trust above all. And here's another example. Headspace, for example, a meditation app. They use a gentle and reassuring tone. Their onboarding says something like, "We will guide you through the step by step, no pressure." This is a calm tone of voice. But if this was a fitness app, for example, maybe it would say something more energetic like, "Let's crush this workout together." So before you write a single word in your designs, ask yourself, who are my users? What are they trying to accomplish? What emotions are they feeling? And what does my brand stand for? Then define your tone of voice. Is it professional or casual? Serious or playful? Formal or conversational? Supportive or challenging? And here's the key. Once you define it, be consistent. Your onboarding experience, for example, it shouldn't sound like a different person than your error messages. The whole experiences should feel cohesive. Tip number 2 is be clear first, clever second. Clarity always comes first. Users should never have to guess what a button does or decode what an error message means. If your clever copy creates even a moment of hesitation, it's not working. Use a simple and clear language to communicate with users so they can make the right decisions. Tip number 3 is write like a human, not a robot. Stop using corporate jargon or very technical language. Your users are real people. Talk to them like real people. Instead of "your request has been processed successfully," you can say "you're all set." Instead of "please input your credentials," you can say "enter your email and password." And sometimes you need to read your copy out loud to really understand if it feels human or not. Tip number 4 is anticipate anxiety and address it proactively. This changed my approach to designing forms, checkouts, and any complex interactions. Users are often anxious when they are entering personal information or making purchases or doing anything that feels risky. Your UX writing should acknowledge and calm those nerves. Instead of a form field that just says credit card number, you can add a microcopy underneath, something like "your payment info is encrypted and secure." This is just to make them feel confident and secure while doing that. And instead of a delete button that just says delete account, you can show exactly what happens. For example, deleting your account will permanently remove all your data. This can't be undone. So the user knows exactly what will happen, and this will help them to make the right decision without feeling anxious. Think about what users might be worried about and address it directly in your copy. Tip number 5 is show and don't just tell. As designers, we need to think about how our visual design and our UX writing work together to guide users. For example, when the user needs to enter a 6-digit code to proceed, there is the clear copy telling the user what to do, but you're also displaying 6 boxes to show the user that this must be a 6-digit code. And another way is to use placeholders with examples to guide users. So you are showing exactly how to do it using UX writing. And finally, tip number 6 is test your copy with real users. This is non-negotiable. You won't know if your UX writing actually works until real people use it. Do usability testing, watch people interacting with your designs, ask them what they think a button will do before they click it, pay attention to any moment of hesitation or if they feel confused, and then review your copy and find ways to improve and to be more efficient. So there you have it, the lessons that took me way too long to learn, but completely transformed how I design. So UX writing isn't just a nice to have skill for designers, it's essential. Because at the end of the day, design isn't just about how things look, it's about how things work. And things work through clear, thoughtful, and strategic words. Spend as much time on your words as you do on your pixels, because both matter equally. Oh, and I created a free UX writing cheat sheet for you. The link is in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.